I'm just like, it's the same thing.
Yeah. The rabbit hole is deep. It depends on how deep you want to go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So let's think about like the movie Jet Li, The One. Right?
I've never seen that one. What's
okay,
that?
so Jet Li, you can watch it because it's dealing with alternate realities.
So when I go back and watch it, it's gonna be different.
Yeah,
because we talked about that. When you watch a movie, depending on your level of understanding, it gets different every time, and you be like,
yeah. So that's why I tell people, watch entertainment. There's truth in everything they put out there. They put the truth out there because the people that make content, they're required by a spiritual law that they have to tell us the truth as humanity. That's just like putting on the side of a pack of cigarettes, the Surgeon General.
oh yeah.
Like, this can kill you.
They starting to do that at what? McDonald's now?
McDonald's in California. The Jet Li movie is The One. You have all these different alternate realities of Jet Li. So the One is trying to go to teleport in all these different realities and trying to kill all his different reality of himself. But they all are connected.
Right.
And so I was having some epiphanies because I am a time traveler. And so I've seen myself in the 1300s or 1400s and people I come in contact with. This one brother about a year and a half ago, I said, man, I know you. I said, we was on the battlefield together. It was like the 13 or the 1400s.
Okay.
It's like I knew him. Like, man, we was fighting side by side.
Okay.
And when I come in contact with people, I'm like, oh man, sis, I was sitting on the throne with you and you had on all this gold. And they say, man, I love gold. And it always corresponds. I'm like, man, I saw you in
it corresponds to this life.
To this life.
Okay.
And I said, well, maybe. And then I started going down that rabbit hole. I was like, all these visions I'm seeing of the past and different futures. It's like I'm wide awake and I can see. I saw 3 moons. I was
like when you were talking to him?
No, this I'm just giving another.
Chilling. Okay.
I was in Red Top Mountain.
Okay.
And I was going down this path.
Okay.
And it's like I felt the energy of gold and precious metal. I felt the energy because it has an energy. It vibrates. And so I saw on the path that I was walking on, I saw this this Indian on a white horse, and he had this like satchel around his arm. And I looked at him, and I saw him, and then I saw a lot of soldiers in medieval armor.
Okay.
Medieval armor on the same path. And I was like, man. So I'm seeing all this stuff, and I saw airplanes. And I saw airplanes as ancient. Mm-hmm. And so it's just a lot of things that I'll be seeing. I saw myself walking in the sand in a different time period. It's like sometimes things I touch, like the Shiva Ingam egg I touched in Phoenix. And the egg took me back to when there was no structures or buildings or anything. And it took me through a timeline where it was on wooden ships and people was fighting and battling over this egg because the Shiva Ingam egg was in temples and everybody didn't have access to them. So they was like sacred stones.
Okay.
And so the egg, the stones showed me all of these different things. And so I'm like, man, well, maybe I was thinking this is my alternate self in different realities having this experience.
Okay.
Because we're all interlinked with each other. And what I saw.
Talking about your different selves.
Yes.
Okay, right.
And I saw.
It reminded me of Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Remember that they put the truth. Mm-hmm. So I saw so many versions of myself that I can't even keep count. So even when I come in contact with certain people, they say, you've been here a lot of times.
What do you mean?
Like they
in their presence?
Me. They said, you ancient. You've been here a lot. you're a time traveler. I've had people come to me
Okay.
and tell me to confirm to me
Okay.
without even me saying anything.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying? So I said, okay, maybe this is something I need to really look into. So I was saying, we are one. You know, so I'm like, how can we enter? If this is like sliding doors, if this is it, then I want to be able to communicate with myself in different realms, different, not trying to take over, but how can we come together and, you know, collaborate and empower each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Each one of yourselves.
Each one of myself.
Okay.
So nice. I was like, I'm like, it kind of is, it makes sense to me. This is a rabbit hole I've never been down before, but usually it's 99.999% accurate. Whenever I get downloads like that, I'm like, it just came out of nowhere. So I'm like, man. Then I start thinking about these movies they be putting out. I was like, okay. Man,
I was about to say, and do it make you go back and watch the movie again, or you just
I remember the
relate
movie.
it?
I remember the movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I be wanting to go back and watch them again. Like, let me go watch this whole movie again so I can relate this vibration to everything that's going on in the movie.
Yep. Yep. So I mean that's
why I think that's why I like watching superhero movies.
Yeah.
Because every time I go watch them, it'd be like, oh, that's us. Okay, that's my. Okay, that, and especially with the Spider-Man. So when you said that, I thought about Spider-Man. But it was when I was watching Spider-Man earlier this year, I already knew like the dream world. You know, I already knew about the multiple like dimensions and everything.
Yeah.
So when I was watching that Spider-Man, I'm like, oh wow, okay. So he went back and changed time, and you know, with the time changing, Lord, X-Men, Days of Future Past, like all of those, like that tied to what you saying right now too.
Yep, we are superheroes. For those that know and those that believe, we are superheroes. And so it's just like 1984 Superman with Gene Hackman and Christopher Reeves.
I ain't never seen that one.
Okay, so if you go back and look at that, so this particular scene is where they trap Superman. And they have him in his underground lair, Lex Luthor. And so they put this chain around his neck. And it's considered kryptonite, right?
Okay.
So kryptonite came from a meteor that crash landed to Earth. Okay. Moldavite, you hear the similarities? Kryptonite, Moldavite. So Moldavite was a meteor supposedly crash landed to Earth.
Okay.
So when Lex Luthor is given the history of the kryptonite, it's the same exact information as the Moldavite.
Okay.
That's on my crown that I have on right here.
Okay.
And so you'll notice when they put it around Christopher Reeve's neck, it glows.
Okay.
Bright green. If you hold true Moldavite up in the light, it's green.
Okay.
You see it's green.
Okay.
Light green.
Yeah.
But if you put it against my chest, it's dark.
Yeah.
So at some point, when Miss Chessmarker was in the pool with in the water with Superman, the kryptonite wasn't bright green. It was dark like this.
Okay.
So they put the truth right in front of our faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
all the time.
Yeah, they call it Moldavite, but I don't call mine nothing because I don't know what their names are. So I just, Anyway, so
you don't call it nothing?
My stones, just be you.
What?
Just be free, whatever it is.
Well, I've been going by the names of what I learned them to be. So
well, that's you, and I used to.
I don't know.
They're just like I said, we all have our own path, our own journey. They're just like somebody calling you Delisa, but that's a slave name.
It is?
So
why is that a slave name?
Marvin, slave name.
Why is it a slave name?
Baldwin. I know for a fact Baldwin is from a slave master.
Really?
And yes,
I can understand that one. I know we don't have our original continent names.
That's my point. So names have power. Names have power.
Well, my name came from my two aunties, Denise, her name, and then my other auntie, Lisa.
Yeah.
the other energy from that name, you know. So Delisa, I'm a hybrid of them. So, but those names are slave names too,
So
Denise and Lisa.
if it's like frequency and sound, our original language is energy, frequency, and vibration.
Yeah.
And so once we come out of that construct of spelling, casting spells on ourselves, that's what the spelling is.
Okay, I'm changing my name.
So casting spells on ourselves, right? Because, every Tracy I know is pretty much the same.
Really? Really?
Every Tracy I know is pretty much the same.
I think a lot of the Lisas are the same too.
You see what I'm saying? You think about it.
Yeah.
It's something about the
Dang
name.
it.
It's power in the name.
Yeah, it's power in words. Yeah,
Power in words.
That's why I said when I speak, I try my best to not say if. I always say when, because I'm making it happen.
Yeah.
So dang, I gotta change my name.
Yeah. So
What's your new name?
I go by many names. Asa, I am, we are one, like whatever come. I have a name that I have not known yet. It's a symbol and it's a vibrations. Om. I go by Om.
What would you like to go by?
I don't know.
I know, right?
Yeah. So,
But it's like if you see me walking down the street, like, cause for the most part, a lot of us like we kind of want some kind of like not put me in a box, but you want some type of like I wouldn't say identity, but kind of like if I see you walking down the street, would you answer if I said, "Hey, man," like, what are we supposed to call you?
Well, people, like I said, I go by, if people call me Marvin, Big Marv, MBJ Live.
I don't want to call you that no more.
You know, whatever. You know, I like, hey, what's up? You know, I am, okay, whatever. So let's break Superman down. So the S on his chest is not an S. It's a symbol.
Oh.
For hope.
Oh.
Right?
From where? What time?
From his planet.
From his planet. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Krypton. So knowing the history, for those that know the history of Superman. So now, when he came to Earth, so he was brought up under the Slavecational system of Clark Kent, was a slave name. So he didn't know who he was.
I heard that. I knew that.
So until somebody from his planet came to Earth, they called him Kal-El.
Yep. So I've seen Man of Steel. I haven't seen the original Supermans, but I knew that part.
Yeah. So when he knew his name, Kal-El, that's when the power.
He moved different.
It's the name.
Yeah.
When he knew
Yeah.
his name, when he knew his original name,
Yeah.
that's when.
Because the name carries the energy.
The power. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why I believe that people have stolen, people that look like us, have removed our original so-called name in this realm because it holds power and weight. Oh, we don't want them to go by see.
Yeah.
Oh,
because I don't understand that. I'm afraid of that. And
we don't. No, we don't want, because that sounds like some stuff that resonates and connected to the earth. Oh, just think about it. When people from that part of the world start singing, it's like, woo, like you feel it.
Yeah.
Because there's soul in it. It just moves you and causes a vibration because it's connected directly to the earth and the universe.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Y'all got any questions for Marvin? We've been saying a lot. So
going with the flow.
We'll do. Yeah, I was about to say yeah. So we'll do like a Q&A one of these days too. So they can ask you more questions about you. I know what my questions are, and I've been knowing you 7-8 years now. Yeah. So a lot of the understanding is different. So my questions will be different from their questions. So
okay, what's your questions?
These are it. I'm asking them.
Okay.
So next I got, who are you? Oh, first impressions. Because we on you. First impressions of like me and you are encountering.
I knew you was nervous.
Okay.
Yeah.
He told me that before.
Yeah. I was like, oh, she nervous. She think, okay. I'm like, maybe this ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, okay, she's a female, vulnerable, and she moving in with a man, and like I don't want him to take advantage of me.
No.
That
not that nervousness.
No.
Yeah, I want to tell you it wasn't that nervousness.
Okay.
The nervousness was I just moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
I didn't know anyone.
Okay.
My cousin and her boyfriend was here, and that dynamic of like sharing a space with someone who already has a family, a child, a boyfriend, like that wasn't. So my nervousness was just like moving out of town, just not knowing what to expect in general.
Okay.
You lived in Roswell, so it was far away from the city. It was real far away from her. So it wasn't no nervousness.
Okay.
If I thought anything along those lines, I wouldn't have came.
Okay.
I'm not ever gonna put myself in a situation where I'm gonna feel like I don't know about this. Nah, because go with your first mind. If you don't know about it, that means no.
Yeah.
You know, so, and then Tia, I trusted her. So I trusted you before you even had to introduce yourself to me. It was already there through her.
Okay.
Because I know she had to come from someone like really honorable, you know, for her to be who she is.
Yeah.
You know, so it wasn't that. It was just like, it be me sometimes. Like growing up how I grew up, and we'll get into that another time. It'd be like me, like when I'm fully being like my true authentic self in the past, it didn't always come across to other people. It wasn't always welcomed. Yeah. So that's probably kind of where my nervousness came in. Is like, what is he gonna think of me? You know, so yeah.
Okay, I just because you know and for the record, Tia is one of my daughters. And so
my day one, it's one of my besties.
And so I, because I know how some females, and I've been in that position as a man, you know, staying with a female, nervous, like, man, what am I gonna have to do? You know what I'm saying? Like being in a vulnerable position. Okay. Like, man, do I have to give myself what you know, I don't know what to expect, or you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What is she gonna come at me a certain kind of way, or you know.
Okay.
So but you have some women who are out there and have to be in that situation and they feel that way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Is this man gonna come at me? So I just wanted to make sure, like, hey.
Yeah, she nervous. It's
safe. you got to worry about me. I ain't for them games. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, my nerve.
Okay, well I get you. Yeah.
This is just
I get it.
Just the way I grew up. It wasn't always. That's why I love my auntie Lisa. I love you. My energy is always welcomed around her. So I just had to see if I was gonna be welcomed and understood and taken with patience. Because it requires patience to deal with me.
They call people like us weird and strange. So you moved in with another strange, weird person. Like out the box, different. So it worked. Okay. Yeah, it worked. So it served its purpose. Okay. Yeah, it served its purpose. So
that's how we met, y'all. I came to his home in 2016 and through by way of one of my besties, Tia Perry. Hey girl. That's how she talk. Hey girl. So we got, you told me who you are, how we met, what mind, body, and soul is. So couple conversations that we'll go ahead and save for next time, because we already, about almost 40 minutes in. So I want to keep the conversations a little light and short. So next time we'll dive into things that we've experienced while here in this time, space, reality, in this dimension, when it comes to parenting, growing up with our children, all of those type of things that you guys can directly correlate with also for the mass majority, school systems and things along those lines. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and end it on this note. Again, Marvin, Big Marv, Light Worker.
MBJ Live. So whatever,
all of those names. But spiritual being here having a human experience. That's why I like to, who are you? Yes, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. But I'll see y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the all new and exclusive Soul to Soul podcast. Mwah.
Peace.
Peace.